Okay, so we're very honored to have Lonnie Almanza with Alakai Associates and also my partner in crime with Give Me a Break to talk about simple steps for self-care. So Lonnie, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And thank you, Greg, for joining us this evening and taking this time for your own self-care. And one of the prep notes, I don't know if everybody got it, but first of all, you'll need a paper and a pen. So you can take notes, and we have a couple little exercises that we're going to go through. And then at some point after the session, you can download the PDF one of the things that I'll be using. And that I'll give you my website information at the end. So to start off, next slide. To start off, I think we can all say that in the way the world is spinning these days, that we all could use some self-care. And certainly a lesson that I have learned over and over in the past years. We all are facing the concerns about taking care of our loved ones and keeping them safe and healthy. And oftentimes our own self-care takes a back seat. So, and that's true even for me. Savvy and I were just talking that even this year, seems to be rolling really quick. I saw a meme the other day of a woman in her pajamas with curlers in her hair, running down the road trying to pour a cup of coffee, saying, "Wait, 23, I'm coming." It's like, just slow down, please. So it gives us an opportunity to check in and see, if we are not taking care of our own health and self-care, how can we really be there and be present for feeding the needs for others? So tonight we're going to explore some simple ways that we can make self-care just part of our daily routine so that our cup is full enough to overflow to others. So first of all, I want us to start with a short meditation. I know it's one of Savvy's favorites because we've done this several times. And so just to clear your mind, we're going to, if you would just sit back, close your eyes, and I'm going to tell you a little story. So we're going to take a trip to the house of perception. Imagine that you are going into each room of the sense: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. And we're going to clean out all the cobwebs in each room that may be preventing you from perceiving each sense clearly. So close your eyes and follow your breath in and out. In and out. Allow your body to become very relaxed and quiet as you breathe in and out. And in and out. Now imagine that you are walking down a street and you see a very interesting house. It's the house of perception, the house of your senses. And as you walk into the house, you see there are many rooms with doors with symbols on them. The first room you come to has a large eye on the door. You open the door and realize that this is the room of vision. But it's filled with junk, garbage that you have put there over the years to prevent you from seeing as clearly as you might. In your mind's eye, see all the junk and cobwebs and begin to clean them out of the room. With cleansers, a broom, a vacuum, whatever you need. When you finish cleaning, throw all the junk out, open the windows, and let the room fill with fresh air. See it bright and shining. Look out the window and see the scene outside, noticing all of the colors. So now it's time to move on to the next room. This is the room of hearing, and you know that because of the big ear on the door. You open the door and you hear a cacophony of discordant sounds. The room is filled with rubbish. There's a lot of wool on the walls and a thick covering of wax all over the place. So clean up the room of hearing, making it as clean as you can, knowing you are improving the quality of your hearing. When you have finished with this cleaning, open the windows and let some fresh air swoosh in. Hear it swoosh in. Listen to the breeze as it whispers past you. Now listen closely to all the sounds around you. Listen to your breath. And now it's time to move on again. Proceed to the room of smell. And of course, we know this is the room of smell because there's a large nose on the door. As you open this door, you smell a combination of terrible scents, including old moldy food. So you begin to clean this room, really scrubbing all the corners and cracks. Make it light and clean and sweet smelling. As you do so, you begin to smell all of your favorite scents. Enjoy this room, breathing in its fragrance deeply. And now it's time to move on. We proceed now to the room of touch, which has a large hand on the door. Clean it very thoroughly, throwing out all the junk that prevents you from feeling textures. When you finish cleaning, move about the room and slowly feel the textured walls. Rub your hands over the wallpaper, which is a mixture of velvet, silk, sandpaper, satin, ice, and tree bark. Notice how good everything feels to your skin. It's now time to leave the room of touch, but there's one more room to clean, and this room is in the attic. You walk up an old spiral staircase to the attic, which is full of cobwebs and bats. This is the room of your sixth sense, the room of extrasensory perception, the room of inner vision. And it's very dusty because it has not been used for a long time. You begin to clean the room of the sixth sense, and you notice a circular window at the far end of the room. It is so dirty that you can't see out of it, so you begin to scrape and wash it clean. And as you do so, a beautiful scene unfolds for you. As you continue to look out this circular window, you notice all the colors, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures about this scene. And now it's time to leave the room of the sixth sense. You close the door, walk back down the spiral staircase, past the rooms of your five senses, leave all your cleaning materials in the hall closet, and as you leave the house of perception, you find yourself sitting here. You can now open your eyes. So again, let's take one more deep breath. That was a lot of cleaning. So to begin to put self-care into practice, it helps us to do a little bit of an assessment. Next slide.
Let me go back to share screen. Sorry. There we go.
There we go. So we're going to go through this little assessment. And as we do, as we go through each row, I want you to write down the number which applies to how you feel today. Yesterday could have been different. Tomorrow might be different. So we're just going to assess today. So starting with row number 1, your mood. So were you highly annoyed or irritable? Or 2, were you snappy at teammates, family, or coworkers?
Snappy.
3, you were less interested than usual. 4, you were in a good mood. And 5, you were in a very positive mood. So write down your number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for your mood today. Next row, sleep quality. Did you hardly sleep at all last night? Did you toss and turn? Was it reasonable or just okay? Did you have a good night's sleep feeling refreshed? Or a great night's sleep feeling very refreshed? Energy levels. So today, were you lethargic, very lethargic with no energy, just low energy levels, reasonable energy levels, good energy levels, or full of energy? Again, write down the number that applies to how you feel today. Next one, muscle soreness. Have you been extremely sore, very sore, quite sore, mildly sore, or not sore at all? Diet. Were all your meals high in sugar, processed food, and no fruits and vegetables? Did you have some high sugar processed food, but still no fruits and vegetables? You ate reasonably well with some sugar processed food and at least one serving of fruit or vegetable.
We have
You
to
ate
be
well.
honest, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you have to be honest with yourself. You ate well, had at least 2 servings of fruits or vegetables, but still some low sugar or processed food intake. And number 5, you ate really well with no added sugar or processed foods and lots of fruits and vegetables. And last but not least is stress. So were you highly stressed, feeling somewhat stressed, reasonably okay, relaxed, or very relaxed? So now take notice of where you scored, the areas where you scored the highest, either 4s or 5s. And take that as a sign that you're doing fairly well with your self-care. And then look at the areas where you scored the 1s or 2s as an opportunity for some improvement. Next slide. So we're going to focus tonight on 4 key areas, first of all. And as we go through each one, I want you to put a plus sign or a plus sign if it's already part of your self-care. So the first area is your physical well-being. I know, Greg, it's kind of small. I keep trying to enlarge it and I haven't been able to figure it out yet. So the first area is physical well-being. Are you eating healthy, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep? Are you taking care of your preventative health checkups? The second area is your emotional health. Are you maintaining work-life balance and setting good boundaries? And when I say balance, I don't mean that it's equal time in work and life. There's no such thing. It's making good choices as to where you put your time and energy and setting those boundaries. So over the last few years, many of us have moved to working from home. And so do you have an actual start and end to your day, your work day, as if you were at an office? Are you able to express your feelings? Do you have a practice of gratitude or mindfulness to support your emotional health? Or do you have a hobby that you enjoy? The next area to consider is your social well-being. How much time are you spending with friends, even if it is virtually? Are you maintaining connections and having meaningful conversations? And are you able to spend alone time with your partner or significant other? And last but not least is your spiritual health. One of my favorite sayings is that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So do you set aside time for your spiritual practices, whatever that looks like for you? Do you spend time in nature? Or do you support a cause that's important to you? If you feel like any of these areas may be lacking, what can you do to begin to build in self-care? So the next section, we are going to start identifying some small actions to support your efforts. And so as we go through this section, begin to create a list of what you would like to add or actions that you want to take in each of the following areas. And I'm going to give you a few examples. So the first one is relaxation. So you could listen to a guided meditation, or you can use breathing exercises. You can use diffused essential oils, or you can try an adult coloring book, mandalas or things like that. And you can find those resources on my Alakai website. The next area is your health. And with this, we're just going to start with getting back to the basics: exercise, sleep, and nutrition. So try going for a short walk. My 15-minute walk in the morning helps me get started with some positive energy. Or you could take a nap. And did you know that there's an actual skill to napping? That many people think that they are trying to go to sleep and that they feel like they failed in taking a nap because they don't fall asleep. The whole point of napping is not necessarily to sleep. It's just to rest. So if you're focused on sleeping, you're missing the whole point and opportunity to nap. And lastly, always try to drink enough water and plan healthy meals. We are over 70% water. And so many of us walk around dehydrated, which affects our cognitive and physical abilities. The next section is connections. So we are still working out the changes that have taken us into a more virtual landscape over the last few years. Yeah. But when we can, it's important to meet in person. You can also call a family or friend or family member, join an online group, like Give Me a Break, write a letter. That's an art that has kind of gone by the wayside. Yeah. So when people get a written letter nowadays, it's very, very impactful and meaningful. Or you can meet virtually for a collective happy hour. The point is to just stay connected. The next section is rejuvenation. So again, many of us have switched to working from home and sometimes feel like we're stuck inside all the time. So it's important to step outside for some fresh air and sunshine. Or watch a sunrise or sunset. Or my favorite is a moonrise. Or take a shower, hot or cold, whichever one works best for you. But there is a lot of research on the benefits of cold baths and showers. I haven't done an ice plunge yet, but there's benefits to that too. And for some, organizing is rejuvenating. So you might just want to clean out a closet or a drawer. But in some way, rejuvenate and reset your energy. The next section is comfort. Where do you find comfort? It might be in baking, watching old movies, looking through old photos, making your favorite comfort food. Mine is tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. Or having a pajama day. Or all of the above in one day. Some days it requires that much comfort. And the last one is expression. How are you able to express yourself? One is if you have a hobby that you enjoy, or a do-it-yourself project that you might want to start. Or you could listen to or dance to your favorite music. I have some friends that is their expression. And they keep daring me to do a dance video. It's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that just yet. Or you can try journaling, and that's my favorite thing. So taking a look at your list, decide if there's something that you want to work on as a daily practice, a weekly practice, a monthly practice, or an annual practice. But for today, we're going to start with a daily practice by setting 3 self-care check-in times throughout the day. So in the morning, how will you start your day? Mine is with a 10-minute guided meditation. Your midday check-in is to recharge and reset. And so again, for me, that's making sure that I'm staying hydrated and moving, especially if I've been working in front of my computer for a long time, to make sure that I stand up and stretch. Get the blood flowing again from head to toe. And then at night, how do you end your day and prepare for tomorrow? And for me, it's a gratitude check-in with just 3 things that I'm grateful for that day. And I've come up with if I can't think of anything, I've come up with sort of a standard thing to fall back on. I'm grateful for the abundance that I have received in my life. I'm grateful for the abundance that I am about to receive. And I'm grateful for the abundance that I'm able to share. So one thing I want to make clear is that you don't have to do all of this all at once. Getting overwhelmed is not what self-care is all about. So create your own self-care planner or reminders. You can put it on your phone or put Post-it notes on your desk or your mirror. But important thing is to make an appointment with the most important person, and that's you. Last slide. Well, not last one, but next slide. You can also take it one step further and create a vision board to keep your goals front and center. And these are a couple that I've created over the years to remind me to stay focused on things that are important in my life. But whatever method you choose, make it a habit, and it will lead you to more joy and abundance in your life. So before we end, I want to take one more moment to share a relaxing self-care hand massage with you. And Savvy, you can stop sharing the screen for a minute. And you can use lotions or essential oils, but not necessarily need those to do this. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Even in your car. That's where I started doing it, was when I was still working 9 to 5 and driving to the office. At every stoplight, I would at least get one hand done. Savvy's got her lotion. And so we're going to start with the right hand, and you're going to start with your thumb, gently massaging the area, the ball right there below your thumb. So circles. Or you can just do pressure in there. And then we're going to move up this side. So along where your baby finger is. Your thumb has more pressure to get in there. And then we're going to go across the knuckles and joints. You can go in between each one of those. And then starting with your baby finger, you're going to pull and then pinch it off at the end. And that releases all the tension and negative energy. And then continue on each finger, pull and pinch. And then after you finish your thumb, you're going to go into this point. So right between your thumb and your forefinger, all the way to where the crease ends. And then open it up, put your thumb in there. Put your forefinger on the other side and just pinch that. And if you feel any tenderness in there, this is a really important acupressure point that connects with tension headaches. So if you're feeling some tenderness in that spot, it means that you have a tension headache getting ready to erupt. So you want to get in there and massage that out. And I can always tell, it's like, oh, okay, I've been at my desk too long. It's building up back here, but this is telling me where it is. So now we don't want the other hand to feel left out. So let's go to the left hand, again, starting below your thumb. we'll do at least like 5 circles in there before you move on to below your baby finger. If you're at a stoplight, you can release the tension from all the other crazy drivers, right, Savvy? And then across your knuckles and in between. And then do the pull and pinch. Oh, I got a cracked knuckle there.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. And then back to that pressure point in between your thumb and forefinger. Oh, I'm doing good today. No tenderness on either side.
Me either. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
wait, no, I just found some.
Oh,
My
little bit.
left hand, I think.
Yeah.
Ow.
All right.
Right.
Okay, so I want to respect our time together. And Savvy, if you want to put up that last slide, so Greg has my contact information. Greg, if you ever want to reach out to me, you can reach me at Alicante Associates. There's my email. And if you'd like a free 30-minute consultation on beginning a new wellness path, that's what I'm here for. That's my Alicante Associates work, is guiding people to leading lives fully activated. And that, like I said earlier, there are also other resources available on my Alicante Associates website. There's a coloring page that you can download and print out to remind you to breathe. And then also the PDF of the worksheet that we used in the session. So I hope this was helpful and that you have some ways to start building self-care into your daily routine. And thank you for spending time with me tonight.